Hey, this is David Miller with the Miller Group of Keller Williams Realty. I'm here to help you get real estate smart. All right, so today, as you know, we all live in the state of Florida. In the state of Florida, one of the things that has gone up quite a bit over the past 5 years is our home insurance. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some things that can help you reduce your insurance. And those are things that you need to consider as well. So you need to know if there's some things you need to do before you put your house on the market. All right, so let's talk about roofs. So here's the thing, if you have a tile roof from an insurance perspective, it's good until 20 years. If you have a shingle roof, it's good until about 15 years. However, if you're getting to the end of that, what's gonna happen is when the buyer is gonna need insurance for the property, they're gonna send out an inspector. And that roof is gonna have to show that it has 5 years remaining life. And if it doesn't, it's gonna be very, very difficult to get insurance. So the next thing is plumbing. If you have polybutylene plumbing, and if you don't know what that is, you might want to look that up. And if you can look under your sink, you probably should know if you have it or not. But if you have that and a buyer wants to purchase your property, guess what? There's only 2 carriers that provide coverage for that. And if they do provide coverage, they exclude any damage that can be caused by water. So that would really limit the number of buyers who'd be interested in your house. And typically when you have polybutylene plumbing, it's usually a good idea to get that replaced. The next one is aluminum wiring. This is usually found in older homes, but if you have aluminum wiring, there is 0 carriers that provide you coverage unless you put Alumicon connectors on the end of them. Now that can be pretty pricey. That needs to be done per outlet that you have throughout the entire house. I just had it done on one of our investment properties. House was about 2,000 square feet. It cost about $2,500. So that's something to consider. What about your water heater? Your water heater from an insurance perspective cannot be older than 15 years. If it's older than 15 years, it's gonna have to be replaced in order to get the house insured. Then the second piece is, what about your air conditioner and heater? Well, that can be up to 20 years old. However, that's gonna be part of inspections, and if it shows it's not working properly, that's gonna need to be taken care of as well. So if you bought a house or sold a house before, you probably heard of a 4-point inspection. This is when the insurance carrier requires somebody to come in to provide information on the roof, the electrical, the plumbing, and the mechanical, which is like the AC and stuff like that. And they provide a report. So if your house is over 20 years old, that is gonna be expected from the insurance carrier, just a heads up. Now, if you've already done it, you could provide that as long as it's done within the past year. Now, I mentioned at the very beginning, I'm going to share with you some things you can do to save money, and here's something you can do. That is a wind mitigation report. Typically, that's done on homes between 30 and 50 years old. But if you have that done and provide that to your insurance carrier, that can save you between $100 to about $2,000 per year. So that definitely is not chump change. Now, here's the last thing on insurance. If you are getting a roof replaced, make sure you get it permitted. Because if you don't get it permitted, you're gonna limit the amount of carriers that are gonna provide coverage, which is not gonna be really that competitive. So make sure that when you get a roof, it's permitted, make sure it's closed out as well, that's very important. That way, when somebody needs to get insurance on the property, including yourself, you have many, many carriers to take a look at. Those are things that can typically either help your insurance from a pricing perspective, or it can make it even worse. So with that being said, I hope that you are now real estate smart about home insurance.